The topic of my presentation is relationship between learners' belief system and the choice of language learning strategies, a critical study. This article is about the relationship between the belief of English as first language learner students and their choice of language learning strategies. Obviously, there is clearly a relationship between students' belief system and strategies, and among them, cognitive strategies are most famous to them. Then they follow metacognitive strategies and finally memory strategies. In introduction point, um, in case of language learning, learner belief has a big impact on the choice of learning strategies. They have an informal relationship among them. Both of them are dependent to one another. Beliefs about language learning can affect the use of strategies, and in the same way, learning strategies may also influence learners' belief about language learning. Learners have to do hard works to make the learning process manageable. This method can be done with two broad ways. These are adopting learning strategies in cognitive process such as attention or memory, metacognitive planning, and decision making. And socioaffective behavior by which learner beliefs will reduce the complexity of learning tasks. On the other side, teacher and learner's belief system came from two schools of philosophy, positivism and post-positivism. Positivism as a version of empiricism. According to positivism, reality can be observed. On the other side, it can be said positivism based on scientific and objective beliefs, not subjective beliefs. Actually, positivism is a concept who maintains the scientific scientist who maintains the scientist is the observer of an objective reality, not the constructor of the reality. Behavioral strategies are inspired by the work of positive philosophy. The result from positivism to post-positivism is known as anti-positivist. Anti-positivist. A paradigm it emphasizes the ability of individual to counter meaning. Language is a part of cognitive development. Therefore, to learn a new word, learner has to understand a concept word represents. In literature review. In literature review, there are several points. These are concept of learning strategies. Learning strategies have been defined differently by different researchers. These are behaviors of a learner that are intended to influence how the learner processes information. A strategy cannot be either cognitive or emotional or behavioral. The main categories of language learning strategies are metacognitive, cognitive, and socio-affective strategies. Metacognitive and cognitive is more important for language learning strategies. Social and effective learning strategies are found less in second language learning. Then, language learning beliefs. To better um, appreciate the concept of the relationship, it is necessary to see what beliefs are meant and how one can approach one belief system. Regarding beliefs, three definitions are noticeable. These are notion about language learning that students have acquired, an individual opinion about language learning, synonymous with attitudes, representations, opinions, or ideologies. Approaches to language learning beliefs. Human beliefs. To investigate human beliefs in second language acquisition, there are several approaches. Human belief can be found through two approaches, mainstream approach and the discursive approach. These approaches describes beliefs as stable and um, fallible. According to Bartolus, learners' belief can be investigated through the normative, the metacognitive, and the contextual approach. Normative approach views belief and belief as preconceived ideas or opinions. Metacognitive knowledge as relatively stable acquired information about our own learning. The contextual approaches can come under the umbrella of three approaches. These are Bakhtian approaches, Vygotsky approaches, and Diwan approaches. Then methodology. In methodology, the part has divided into three parts: participants, instrument, and procedure. The participants are students from first semester of the university from different departments, and the instrument as it was qualitative and quantitative both. So questionnaires were the instrument, and procedure. The instrument was questionnaire because procedure was qualitative. Then the result. To obtain results from the questionnaires, the mean and standard deviation were computed and ranked. Results shows that in terms of language learning strategies, the frequent use strategy was cognitive strategies scored the highest. Students had a general positive belief about learning the language. Specifically, they had the most positive belief about their motivation and expectations. There is certainly a relationship between the choice of strategies and students' belief. In conclusion and discussion point, the strategies employed by teachers in the class directly or indirectly included a thought into students' belief system through which base their studies. As the employment of strategy is culturally bound, the writer claim introducing new strategies um, harm, harmful due to learners' previous experience of the students. Teaching of strategies not as objects of learning, which are presented and practiced, but as way of working, which are built into the design of classroom, takes and specified in task instructions. The relationship beliefs and language learning strategies have suggested that beliefs would be likely to be an underlying factor in the use of strategies. Second language strategy training should be based on clearly on students' attitude, beliefs, and stated needs. For example, unsuccessful learners tended to possess negative beliefs about language learning. They did not believe that they had foreign language aptitude. They believed English was a difficult language. But in case of successful learners, they believe that English, it is not difficult to learn English as a foreign language. They valued the importance of translation in English learning, but successful language learners did not hold such kind of beliefs. Some beliefs are actually shaped by students' previous experiences. Thank you.